Hello and welcome once again, Ghost, to another Ghost Recon Breakpoint video. In today's video and the next series of videos I want to do, I want to concentrate on the new player. I want to give information, tips, hints, and some knowledge to the player who may not know about tactical PvP or may be new to tactical PvP, or the player who may have been on Breakpoint and done all the PvE content and decided to test out and see what the PvP is like. I want to do videos for the new guy in the tactical PvP world. I want to do this because I started off making these videos honestly for selfish reasons. When I got on Wildlands, I started to notice that I was getting better and better at the game. I was learning from my mistakes. I was clutching rounds after my teammates went down, and I was getting aces and just having overall good play. And because I was playing tactical, and I was actually learning every mistake that I made, every time that somebody killed me, I remembered how they killed me and where they killed me, and I started using that to my advantage. And so after I started doing that and started having these good rounds, I was like, man, I wish I could watch that again and watch some highlights. So I honestly started loading these videos up on YouTube for my own enjoyment. I would be at work bored or somewhere bored, and it's like, hey, let me watch some highlights of the game that I can't play now because I'm either working or somewhere else. So it was kind of like feeding my own fix whenever I needed it. So now that I do a lot of solo play, and I do see a lot of new players, and they end up on my squad. I'm so lucky in that regard. They usually end up on my squad, and they're actually on the game looking lost. They may be individuals who've done the Call of Duty thing and think that you just run to the middle of the map where all the action is and be successful. But if you do that on a tactical shooter, you get shot. You can possibly end up for the rest of the game just watching because you made that mistake. And Wildlands and Breakpoint is pretty forgiving. At least somebody can actually pick you up and get you back in the game. I'm an old school SOCOM head, so during SOCOM days, if you was the first one dead 60 seconds into the match, that means you're going to have to sit there and watch the rest of the match because you made that. So that fatal error, you actually. So in my next few series of videos, I want to concentrate on a new player. So in this first video, I wanted to do map knowledge. Now, if you're coming from PvE and you get into PvP and then you start looking through your pack and you're like, where are my grenades? Where is my drone? Where are my syringes? The reason none of that stuff is in your pack is because you have to pick those items up on the map, as you can see me doing here. And the best thing that I can suggest, and I know it would be boring with no action, but if you don't know the maps, and you probably won't because you're new to the game, I would go into a custom, load up a series of maps, and just run around a map trying to figure out where all the goodies are. Now, the one thing about the maps is they do start you off close to your spawn near items. The bad thing is there aren't always enough items, especially syringes, close to the spawn. So stuff is definitely spread out throughout the map. And if you're new to the game, you could miss out on a lot of this stuff because obviously people who have been playing the game for a while have a good idea where most of, if not all of, the syringes and items are. So what I did here was I went into this map. I decided that I would try to show you guys basically where all the items are on the map. As you can see from the bottom of the map spawn, you have items that sit almost directly in front of you on your right, down the middle of the map, and then to the left side near that little riverbank. So that is my main suggestion as far as the map knowledge goes. You could take your chances and just hop into games and try to figure it out on the fly. But like I said, if you don't know what the items are, And if you're playing with veteran players, they're going to snatch all that stuff up, especially the syringes, because those are kind of the most important items in the game, really, to either get your special ability up off the bat from when you spawn in, if you grab 2 of those, or having syringes, which are definitely important after you win a gun battle, because 9 times out of 10 you're going to take damage in a gun battle, and especially in this game, the damage numbers from a lot of these guns are really high. You get hit with 2 bullets and be down to almost 1 shot. So I think map knowledge and learning where special items are is definitely important. Special items, map knowledge also is incorporating knowing high traffic areas, knowing flank lanes, and knowing sniper lanes. This stuff is important because it'll keep you alive. If you know which area high traffic areas are, you can either try to flank around them or be ready to fight once you get into those areas. If you know what the flanking lanes are, if you're in a game with some veteran players who know what the flanking lanes are and you're not paying attention, they can end up behind you, either meleeing you or shooting you in your back. And obviously, if you know what the sniper lanes are, then you know where to look for people who may be sniping or where to snipe yourself. So all this stuff is important when it comes to map knowledge. So like I say, I would suggest, if you want to be successful at the game and you want to hey, have fun at the game. I mean, you can have fun in just being in the game, but obviously you have more fun if you're winning and killing, quite honestly. So like I said, I know it would be boring, but I would hop into custom matches and at the very least go in and find out where those first sets of goodies are. Obviously, the more times you play on maps, you'll end up finding where everything is. But that would definitely help you out, especially as a new player. Like I said, if you want to be successful with PvP, now if you just want to get on and just mess around and have a good time, obviously none of that stuff is important. But if you want to get on and be successful, give yourself a chance to have more wins and have more kills, then map knowledge is definitely important. And I'll give you a hint, especially if you're new to the tactical arena. If you're ever in a game and it's taking a long time for you to see the other enemy team or even get any intel on them, then I would start watching my back. Because if you're playing against another veteran squad, if you don't see them, it's not because they're necessarily camping. It's because they know how to flank behind you. So if it's been 60 to a minute and a half into the match and you haven't seen the other team, start turning around and watching your back. 90 to 95% chance these guys are flanking. All right. So that's my tips and hints for today. These numbers would be a lot better if it wasn't the glitching in the game and all that, but we could talk about that in the next video. I hope this was valuable to you. If so, like, subscribe, and I will talk to you in the next one. Peace.